Hey, what is up everybody? Welcome back to another video. This time we are going to take a look at Red Hood Nonsense Red from the game Goddess of Victory NIKKE. This is a 1/4 scale figure made by Hobby Sakura. And you know Hobby Sakura is cooking right now with NIKKE figures. They are high quality, they are beautiful, and they are decently priced. Especially this one. For a 1/4 scale figure, I think if you would buy this made by FREEing, you would lose at least 50% of what she costs. So yeah, I'm very excited to open her up and see what's cooking inside this box. I also have a 1/4 scale figure Cinderella. If you haven't seen that video, then I recommend you to check that out after this video. You can look behind me over here. You can see there she is in her full gloriousness, and I can tell you, man, that figure is amazing. It's even better than I thought, expected, and everything. So yeah, check out the video after this video. And as you can see, Red Hood, red shirt, how do you call this? Turtleneck, and a Red Hood desk mat. So we are in theme for our beautiful Red Hood. So let's get this show started. As you can see, we look at the box first, and you can see a beautiful window in front with some beautiful artwork or a product picture of Red Hood and the beautiful logo that she has right here. On the side you can see another beautiful picture of Red Hood. Then the back is also very beautiful with some detailed shots over here. And you can see the back of Cinderella. No, not Cinderella, Red Hood. I'm sorry, Red Hood. Then we have the top and we have the bottom, which is empty, as you can see. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the unboxing stage. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, because that would help me a lot. I have a lot of figures to show to you, and your support really helps a lot. By the way, are you actually interested in the unboxing process? Just let me know in the comments what you're interested in. Maybe I talk too much, maybe I show you too much, maybe I don't show you the things that you care about. So let me know in the comments. Every feedback is good feedback. So she comes in one piece, which is a good thing, so I don't have to assemble anything. So let's take her out very carefully. It's like holding a baby. So they made sure, right, and that's a good thing, of course, that her gun is really tightly protected, you know, so it can't move around. So they use these foams to keep the gun in place. The other side of the coin is that if you take it out, then you know you have to use a little bit of force, which feels dangerous. You know, you could damage something if you don't do it right. There is a piece of plastic over here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a piece of plastic on a very small piece of leg of this rapture, and I can't take it off because it's too tight. So I think I'm just going to leave it before I break something. But man, this is so beautiful. Wow, man. Oh my goodness. All right, everybody, here she is in her full glory. And man, is she detailed or what? I mean, there's a lot to look at in this figure. I'm going to compare this to Cinderella because they are both 1/4 scale figures, and they are around the same price point. And I know those are two different characters and two different situations, I guess. But if you would compare this figure with the Cinderella figure, I think maybe it's unfair, because Cinderella comes with a lot of stuff, right? At least if you buy the deluxe version, you get her glass slippers or glass shoes. But then you have a very expensive figure. This is also the deluxe version, but then you get this, the acrylic display of the artwork, right? But now I wonder, is she actually the same price point? Maybe not. Maybe I am confused. But anyway, she has a lot of details and Cinderella doesn't. At least the character herself, right? So yeah, that's why I wanted to just do a comparison with her. And if you look at what's going on here, this is actually like a mini diorama. So she is sitting on a big rock, and underneath that rock is a rapture. So there is a story going on over here, and it's the same, of course, here. But the difference in between the figure and the artwork, where it's based off, is that the rapture itself isn't really that big. They've upgraded, actually, in my opinion, the diorama they made for the figure. The main thing that I love about figures is that you can look around the figure. The things that you normally can't see. You know, it becomes real. And if you love the sprite, then you will love the 3D figure even more. So that's the case, at least for me. Yeah, so there are a lot of things that look flat on the artwork, but becomes very detailed in the figure. And like for example, if you look at the gun has a very beautiful gradient. It looks metallic, it has this beautiful shine, and it looks so real and it's so detailed. Everything that you look at has, it could have been a real gun, if you know what I mean, but in a mini size, of course. And if you look at the gun on her artwork, well, it looks like a very cool gun, right? But it's not as cool as the real thing. This also looks heavy. Of course, it's not heavy, I think. I will not know because she's holding it. Looking at her in general, you know, there is a lot going on. Like she's sitting on a rock. And here she's also sitting on a rock, right? But you don't really see a lot about this rock. And here you can see that it's actually a quite big thing that she's sitting on. And the sculpting on the rock is really good. Also reminds me of a resin statue. I used to have, I think, resin statues of Dragon Ball Z characters where, you know, Goku punched Nappa while falling down, if you know what I mean. But yeah, there's a rock over there that also looks like this. So yeah, it looks very similar. And if we look at like everything else, you know, the waviness of her dress, the details on her hair, there are a lot of strands and a lot of beautiful gradients going on this figure. If you also look at her hair, it's not only a red gradient, but it also has a pearlescent coating on it. If you look very carefully, then you see this kind of a rainbow shine on it. And if you look at her skirt, well, not her skirt, her dress, then you see there is like this glitter coating on it, which is very nice. It looks very beautiful. And also, if you look at the rapture over here, it also has this like chrome coating on it. So nothing on this figure looks flat. And of course, Red Hood herself is not a very flat character. I mean, which character in NIKKE is flat actually? Yeah, okay, maybe Liter. But there's something that bothers me. And it has nothing to do with the figure, to be honest, because it has something to do with me and my collection. If you have seen Cinderella, if you have seen how big she is, I mean, how big she is. I could, you know what? I'm going to put her over here. They look almost the same scale, right? That should be. I think if she would stand, she would be as big as Cinderella. But Cinderella has more parts. I mean, her glass shoes, glass slippers. It makes the figure massive. And this is compact. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'm trying to say, but after having Cinderella, I thought 1/4 scale figures are very big. Well, they are. What am I saying, man? They are big. But I'm confusing myself. I'm confusing you. But I think what I'm trying to say is that you should have like a choice for yourself. Do you want a very big figure, or do you want to have a detailed figure? And I think there is something to say for both of them, because this is compact, right? This is it. And Cinderella comes with all those stuff, but she isn't really detailed. She is beautiful though, my goodness. So yeah, I think having both is very nice, but it's expensive. I can, by the way, show you something else, which is Anise and Marian. So here is Anise. If you look at her, right, and you compare her with these two figures, I think maybe she's a little bit too big. It's a 1/4 scale figure, but looking at her size, I would expect her to be a little bit smaller maybe, because she is standing over here, right? If I would put her a bit higher like that, then Anise is very big. So even though she's a 1/4 scale figure, I don't think they are really perfect in scale. Now let me show you Marian. And Marian is approximately the same size as Anise. Alright, so here are Anise and Marian. And as you can see, these two characters are very big. Looking at these characters, actually they are more detailed than I give them credit for, because there's a lot going on with these characters as well. Price-wise, with what you get, I think Cinderella is worth it for the money, you know, because with this you don't get a diorama. It's just a very plain base and you get the character. With Cinderella, you get a very beautiful base, you get a very beautiful well, this thing where the crystals, what she's standing on, and the glass slippers that she comes with. And maybe it's also not very fair to compare them to Cinderella, because Cinderella only has the glass slippers if you have the deluxe version. But if we compare these with Red Hood, I think Red Hood is better bang for buck, if you know what I mean. But we'll get to that later. So yeah, I just wanted to show you, if you are interested in one of these figures, then you know side by side comparison wise what you'll get. Alright, so that was a bit of a sidestep of what I normally do. Normally I go to the overview, what you get, the details and everything, but I was just very curious about size wise and detail wise what you get for the price, right? Alright, back to Red Hood. There are some details on the gun, you know, where the for example, where you hold the gun. The details on there is all these small grooves on it. Makes it a bit more real. There are some mushrooms even. I don't even know why they did that, because you don't see that in the artwork, so that's a bonus. There's a lot going on and I'm trying to search for some Easter eggs or something, just like those mushrooms. If you look at the scope, it has a clear red plastic scope inside of it, which is very nice. I mean, when do you look at it? Never, but just knowing that it's there is enough. The decals are very beautiful as well. Another thing that we have to check, of course, is how sturdy is she. I mean, if you look at how she's wobbling, is that a concern? Not really. I think they've done a very good job by putting a leg behind the figure, because that will make sure the figure will not topple over, right? So I'm pushing it right now and it's okay. It will not fall. And that's because of that little part, the leg behind there. I think that's the safety for this figure. Oh, by the way, she also has a wine glass with red wine over here, which is sticked on with some glue. Don't try to move it around. Okay, time for some practical information. The figure is made by Hobby Sakura. It's a 1/4 scale figure. It's around 28 centimeters tall. The price in the US goes between $430 and $470 for the regular version, and around $515 for the deluxe version, which includes the acrylic artwork. And the price for the EU goes between 450 and 520 euros. The sculptor and painter are done by the internal Hobby Sakura team. There are no actual names of them, so I have no idea. Material is PVC and ABS, as usual. The extra deluxe version, as I told you, comes with an acrylic plate. So now the question is Red Hood worth your money? And I think that really depends. Like, for example, if you look at her as a whole, she has a lot to offer. She is probably going to be your holy grail. If you love Red Hood, then she is the one to pick as a 1/4 scale. And the good thing is, she is not very high or tall or whatever you call it, because she is, well, leaning on a rock and on the Rapture. So she would probably fit in a normal display case. She won't fit in a Kallax if you have that one, but she will fit in a bigger display case. So yeah, in terms of what she has to offer, she is worth it, I guess. If you would look at a FREEing figure, it's around the same price, but you will only get a character without a diorama. If you're looking to buy Cinderella, then she would be, for the standard version, around starting from $320 or euros, something like that. Then you will only get Cinderella. You know, just the character without the crystal, without the glass shoes or glass slippers. Then I think the better buy is Red Hood. If you have a lot of money that you can spend, then why not take both, of course. But then maybe try considering to buy Cinderella, because she is huge, man. Look at this. Look at this. She's huge. She doesn't fit in my display case, man. And I have big display cases. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If there's something that you would like to know, or something that I should not do anymore, like unboxings or talk about stuff that you don't care about, then let me know in the comments. Your feedback means a lot to me. I'm still growing and I need to know what you, the audience, like. Alright? Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy what I do. Alright everybody, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. See you later.